Greetings, respected viewers. I'm George from Ireland, and here I am on Calton Hill, Edinburgh. At least I think that's the pronunciation, not Calton Hill. So, Edinburgh, by the late 18th century, had the moniker, the Athens of the North, and it earned this sobriquet because it was neoclassical architecture and because it was really an academy for philosophers, part of the Scottish Enlightenment. Anyway, the Napoleonic Wars raged from about 1793 till 1815. Now, I know Napoleon wasn't actually in charge of France in 1793, but put it all together, those wars after the French Revolution, known as the Napoleonic Wars, a series of several different wars where various coalitions were cobbled together to fight against France, and that was that. But the coalitions were often shifting, and okay, would coalesce, one of them would be defeated by France, one of them would change sides, a new coalition would be formed, and so forth. But anyway, so over 1 million Frenchmen were killed in that series of wars, over 1 million permanently invalided out, and obviously millions of other people from other European countries were killed. Not that high, the world population was much lower, it might have been as low as 1 billion at the time, but it was easily 1 billion soldiers from all the other European countries put together were killed. And so the United Kingdom played its part, and that obviously included Britain, and indeed some French prisoners were held at Edinburgh Castle. You can still see the path which they built. That was their work. I think they didn't really mind doing it just to pass the time. So a Grecian temple was going to be built, the Corinthian style, to commemorate all the fallen, and they were going to use the golden mean. The Greeks believed that there was this ratio which expressed perfection, 3 to 8. But anyway, they ran out of money in 1829, it was never finished. So Calton Hill was purchased in 1775 as a public park. There were very few public parks in the British Isles prior to this. And David Hume was one of the prime movers behind setting up this park for the people of Edinburgh. There you can see an observatory to my rear, and over here is the old town. It's not very clear. I could reduce the brightness because sundown is not very far away. So I put the brightness up, and here is as it were, a lighthouse. Well, I don't think it actually shines a light. We're a few miles from the sea, so you'd have lighthouses actually in islands in the sea, or on rocks in the sea, or by the shore, not up here. There's really a symbolic one. This is to commemorate Lord Nelson, who of course was felled at the Battle of Trafalgar in October 1805. So there we are. That's what Calton Hill is all about, and it affords the most magnificent vista over the city of Edinburgh. Here is the Firth of Forth. That's the sea, just at the north. Beyond that is the Isle of Fife, as people sometimes call it. It's actually a peninsula where St Andrews is, and the River Tay, or the Firth of Tay, forms the northern part of that. Firth is a bay in Scotland, so the Firth of Forth is a bay. If we could zoom in, I could show you so much more. Okay, the Port of Leith over there, New Haven, another port area. Over that way towards Portobello, so named after the Spanish port on the coast of Panama that the British attacked in the early 18th century and scored a stunning victory. That's why in Dublin there's Portobello Road, in London there's Portobello Road, and there's an area of Edinburgh called Portobello. There's Portobello Rugby Football Club, Porty, as is affectionately known. Anything else I should tell you about this spot? Yeah, so Edinburgh was obviously, around the castle, around the Royal Mile. Then the new town was built, and then sort of the late 19th century, extending all the way down to Leith, to the port of Leith. Leith had been there for centuries, but Leith and Edinburgh only finally amalgamated in about 1920. And then yonder is the Forth Road Bridge. You're not going to be able to make it out from here. And the Forth Rail Bridge, completed in 1890, took 7 years to build, was really considered to be a marvel of engineering at the time, and obviously it still stands. And I think they've built a third bridge over the Firth of Forth just there. I'm not quite sure. Just to the south of it was South Queen's Ferry. And there's obviously North Queen's Ferry on the other side, because before the bridge was built, people had to take a ferry to cross the Firth of Forth. Otherwise, you're going to have to go miles and miles around. Which queen is South Queen's Ferry named in honour of? Queen Margaret, who's also Saint Margaret. So she was an Anglo-Saxon princess who fled here after the Battle of Hastings, when some of her relatives were killed. She later married the King of Scots, and she has a little chapel built and named in her memory in Edinburgh Castle. And obviously Obviously, she's the ancestress of many kings of Scots and queens of Scots. So that is her, and there's that university named after her, if I got it right. So quite a lot of our Oriental friends are here, tourists, students, residents, some of them British citizens, some of them not. So it's a much more multi-ethnic and cosmopolitan city than when I first came here as a little tot. And there's Arthur's Seat, this dormant volcano, which is behind here, behind the trees. So many famous artists and writers have come here and drawn inspiration from this magnificent spot. It's been the muse of Robert Burns, of Turner, the painter, of Jules Verne, of others who presently slip my memory. Okay, so we'll have a last look at Edinburgh Castle before I switch it off. How about that? There it stands, majestic and eternal. I shall switch it off now.